What's going on, people? It's the Barrels Report, episode 1. We're just going to chop it up. I'm going to let y'all know what I think about certain things. Definitely want to hear from you guys and let me know what you think. These are just my opinions. Doesn't mean I'm right. Doesn't mean I'm wrong. Just means what I say. All right? Just means what I say. Now, let's start it off. Episode 1, we're going to talk about the All-Star game. Now, I give the NBA some credit. You know, they tried to mix it up a little bit, change the format, but that was a young man's format. That was definitely a young man's format. After that second break, you watched the old heads play the first game, second game, everything was all right. After that second break, that third game, that championship game, them old heads, they was like Kevin Durant, LeBron, Kawhi, they looked like they was running with some big-ass Timbs on, man. No legs. That second break killed them. So to me, I salute them for the format, but that's a young man's game, a young legs game. All right, that second break killed them old heads. You're going to have to make it just back to that USA versus the world. The format is right. It's just the way you play the round robin of games just wasn't going to work for the old heads. So I salute the NBA for trying, but let's just get back to USA versus the world. And I think you got a little something there because the game seemed a little more competitive than it has in the past. All right, now, I'll give you this. Wemby was out there. He wasn't playing no games. He wanted all the action. He had no smiles on his face. He was trying to dunk on everybody. He wasn't kicking the rock out. Once he got the rock, he was like Stretch Armstrong, right, left. I'm trying to dunk on everybody and everything. You know what I mean? So I give Wemby a lot of credit. He had his game face on the whole time. He made that game. He made that game interesting because he played from the minute that the game started. He wanted all the action. So I give Wemby a lot of credit. And I had to definitely reassess what I thought about him. I thought it would take a couple of years for him to put that weight on, for him to really understand the game. But watching the improvement from last year to this year, damn, bro's a monster. And he's a dog. He got that dog in him. So I give him a lot of credit for a young guy to really change the tone of that game right out the gate, right out the gate. And just watching him, they try to put a little guy on him or a smaller player on him to try to get up under him. He's just spinning off him like Stretch out, trying to bang on everybody. So salute to Wemby for changing the tone of that game and making it right from the beginning. He wanted all the action. He wanted the MVP, and he wanted to win. So I give him a lot of credit for that. Now, there's a lot of talk about LeBron James. Maybe that was his last All-Star game. Maybe he's going to be retiring at the end of the year. I doubt that happens. I doubt very seriously. That's just my opinion. LeBron has always been an outspoken person. He's always put himself in the limelight. He wants to be a part of that, the talk. He wants to be a part of the whole show. I just don't see him walking away from the game without getting the respect that he deserves, all right? And I give him a lot of credit. He's been the consummate professional on and off the court, even though MJ's better, you know what I mean? And the talk about the GOAT and all that it's a little frustrating for me. But I still got to salute him, all right? I give him a lot of credit, but I doubt this is his last year. I doubt very seriously this is his last year. He's playing too well, and he's got a chip on his shoulder, all right? Because to me, the Lakers didn't offer him an extension, a multi-year extension, which is what he wanted. They gave Luka the multi-year extension, and they gave him his one-year option, and that's how they gave him. So to me, this is my opinion, to me, that was partly the reason why he sat out the first 13, 14 games or whatever it was to make sure he was 100%, all right, because he wasn't putting himself out there for the Lakers and them not giving him that extension that he wanted. You know what I mean? So to me, he's going to play again. He's got that chip on his shoulder. He's going to play again. Now, when people say whether he goes to Cleveland, I think he's going to Cleveland or New York. He's going to want to go someplace where he can try to win a chip. Cleveland has James Harden now. We'll talk about that in a sec, but Cleveland has James Harden, and New York is just a mecca. To finish his career out in a place like that and bring something special to the Garden, I think he would love that. So if he's going to play, it's going to be one of those two places. Cleveland to me would be tough. Going back to Cleveland, you got James Harden there now. via the trade right before the break. Just a ball-dominant player, still a great player, but just a ball-dominant player. I think Donovan Mitchell is going to have his own issues just trying to figure out how that's going to work out with him being so ball-dominant. If you add LeBron to that, I really think it's just going to be a little too much. You know what I mean? It could work out. But again, is LeBron going to take less? He's making $52 million. He opted into that $52 million option year. And I don't know if he's going to want to take a mid-level exception, you know what I mean, which might be 13, 14 million. I doubt that very seriously, you know. I may be wrong, you know, but to me, he's going to want to make at least $30, $40 million, maybe even his max deal, you know, in that 2-year extension or 3 or 1 or 2, whatever he wants. So he's not going to retire to me. He's going to go out there one more year and try to win a chip in that special place, whether that's Cleveland or whether that's New York, you know. So, again, I give him a lot of credit, but he's not going nowhere. He's not retiring, man. He's not retiring. As far as the East Coast, the Eastern Conference, I mean, I think him coming back to the East would be a lot easier for him to get that last chip he wants. The West is you know, you got Denver, you got OKC. San Antonio is beating OKC 3 out of 4 times. So the matchup is really difficult in terms of OKC playing them in the first or second round. So I see him coming back to the East. The East is you got 4 teams in the East. You got Detroit, Boston, New York, and Cleveland. And to me, Detroit, I thought they would fall back to the pack. I'm going to be honest. I thought they would fall back to the pack, but they haven't. They played extremely well. I got to give them a lot of credit. You know, they just haven't fallen off, and they don't seem like they're going anywhere. You know, the second place, that's my squad. That's Boston. And damn, I gotta salute Jaylen Brown for what he's doing. It was a lot of tanking talk, man. A lot of tanking talk on ESPN and all these pundits, all these you know, these experts talking about we should tank. And I gotta give Joe Mazzulla a lot of credit as well. After a little slow start, I mean, damn. Second place, no one would have ever thunk it. We right there. And I just think that we come out the break, you got to go out west right out the break, which is tough because this is the dog days. These are the dog days of February and March, you know, and the players know what I'm talking about. We're coming right out the break, going on a 10-day trip out west. So we're going to have to maintain what we've been doing. You know, New York has been up and down all year. You know, I'm not sure that they're obviously a contender. They've been there last year. They went to the Eastern Conference Finals. So you always got to respect them and what they can do with Jaylen Brown, who's a great, hell of a player. Salute to his pops, Rick, who grew up in Mass, played with him when I was a young stud. So I salute to the nephew, Jaylen. But and then you got to Cleveland with James Harden and the trade with Jarrett Allen and Mobley. Looks good on paper, man. Looks good on paper. But again, we got to see how that plays out. I don't know what's going to happen there, but the dog days, the first couple of weeks of this second part of the season is going to be very important for all 4 of those teams. All 4 of those teams, man, because you do not want to play on the road in the first round of the playoffs. Neither one of those 4 teams want to do that. You know what I mean? No one. So I know Cleveland's going to try to make a push now, but my squad's going to have to maintain, and New York is going to have to play a lot better if they want to catch Cleveland or catch us, even though all the schedule and the records are real tight. You know, everybody's real one or 2, 3 games within each other. So anybody has a chance. You know, Detroit's a little further ahead, maybe 6, 7 games. So, you know, it's going to be tough to catch them, but it's doable. It's definitely doable. So we'll see what happens with that. But again, just going back to All-Star game, LeBron James, the trades, the Eastern Conference. It's going to be a great sight to see these last couple of months. So that's just my little chop it up for the first session of the Barros Report. I want y'all to let me know what y'all think. And I'll be back as soon as I get some more action. As soon as I hear some more action, I'll be right back on the mic. All right? Barros Report, episode 1. Peace.